Hey everyone, I am Carrie Little, and I'm the designated managing broker of Caremark Realty Group, also the blogger of smartgirlmedia.com, and the owner of the Agent Journey membership. Today, I want to talk to you about things you should be leveraging every day, and you need to stop buying leads. So, today, I'm going to talk to you about some new agent tips. And when I say stop buying leads, I want you to really take a second and think about some of the things you might already have access to. So even though you might end up buying leads, I want to show you what you can do to stop spending money, especially if you're new and you're an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, it's your job. It is absolutely your job to show up and learn. You have to be the person that creates your own inbox. You have to be the person that learns how to earn. You have to be the person that creates your own systems. Now, I teach you how to do that. The company you work for might teach you how to do that, but you have to figure out how to get up when there is no paycheck. So, first thing I want to talk about is leveraging your association tools. Show up to your local association events. Do you know what the local association offers? Do you know? Do you know when you pay your fees? You got to figure this out because there's nothing like getting shut off of the MLS. We don't want you to get shut down. Access your state association info. Your state also has tools. So my local association gives me a help desk for technology. So if I get stuck with my mobile device, if I get stuck with my computer, I can make a phone call. I have a help desk. Maybe I'm going from a PC to a Mac, or from an iPhone to a Droid phone, or from a Droid phone to an iPhone. It's included in my association dues. With your state association, they will often have free events, or maybe they're offering other courses. They even probably have a podcast that you can learn from. Every year in January, we have public policy meetings, and I go and I show up. Doesn't cost me anything except for the hotel room. Get information from the National Association. So, the National Association of Realtors, do you even know what they offer? Do you know that your NRDS, NERDS number, gives you discounts at hotels and rental cars, and your mobile device? So you probably have access to a lot of things and you don't even know they exist. And one of my favorites now is Photify. There's an app that you can download to your mobile device and you get all of the marketing you need for social media. Why reinvent the wheel? They also gave you houselogic.com/members so you can post on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. How cool is that? You don't have to spend the extra money. You're already paying for it. What tools can you access from your MLS? Now, tools that I can access from my MLS that help me generate leads are my MLS. My MLS, I have a one-page landing page, which if I post it on Facebook or Twitter, or maybe my link tree on Instagram, if I post that and someone fills it out, I get an email and I get a lead on the dashboard of my MLS. Kind of cool. When I say my MLS, I can look for all of the properties that were rented, that where the tenant has to make a decision in the next 90 days. And in the next 90 days, we know they're going to do one of two things. They're going to, well, maybe three. They're going to stay, look for a new rental, or buy a house. So I can take renters and turn them into buyers. I can take the property they're renting and download that list, and then take that same list and look for the owner and maybe list the property for sale or rent. Or maybe I can take that list and it becomes my investor list, all from the MLS. And we haven't even talked about canceled and expireds. Remind, which is a digital marketing tool that gives you the ability to prospect with, I shouldn't say digital marketing, I should say predictive analytics, because you can use Remind, real estate data mining, to look for people that their mortgage is paid off, so they have equity. I could look for people with high sales scores, likely to sell maybe in the next 12 months. I can look for people that maybe based on data, maybe they have a mortgage, but they bought 20 years ago. Or how about people that have lived in their houses for 30 years? These are great prospects. So I can use Remind. I can pretty much find a list. I can tell you right now, we have over 1,500 as of today, which is January 6th, about 1,500 pre-foreclosures. May or may not hit the market, but they're not on the market today. RPR, Realtors Property Resource, brought to you by the National Association of Realtors. the sky's the limit. You can get mailing labels just like in Remind. I can, look for opportunity zones. I can get information on commercial. If I'm working with an investor, I can tell you if this is a great place to open a new business. So love RPR. HomeSnap. HomeSnap, every agent gets their own website. You don't have a website? HomeSnap gives you one. So the great thing about HomeSnap is you can also look for people that have a likely to list score. Who knew? And you don't even have to upgrade. You can just use the Agent Pro, the HomeSnap Pro that might be included in your MLS fees. And then Cloud CMA, love Cloud CMA. Why? Because Cloud CMA also gives me a landing page called What's My Home Worth? And when I interview my seller, I can do a live conference with them via Zoom, and the complete comparative market analysis is interactive. So I can capture you with What's My Home Worth and then interview you with live CMA. And those are just a few things from my MLS. What about your MLS? Your job is to go figure that out. Here's some other tips. Take advantage of your Realtor.com profile, not owned by the National Association of Realtors, but Realtor.com. They license that name from the National Association of Realtors, located in DC and Chicago. So NAR is downtown Chicago and in Washington, DC. Start using your client relationship management tool right away when you get licensed. If you don't have one, use your MLS. If you don't have one, break out a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, numbers, Google Sheets. You need a place to store your information. Tell everyone you know that you are now licensed. Learn something new weekly. And I'll tell you, all of you should take 1 or 2 MLS classes every week. And then when you take those classes every week, I want you to put it into practice. So you learn something, go practice it. So if you're working with a buyer, search for the buyer, and then figure out how you can help that buyer. Give yourself time to learn. Give yourself a break. Take a breath. You got time. Don't beat yourself up, because this is a whole new business for you. Show up to your office trainings. Please show up to your office trainings. I had an office meeting today, and maybe 4 agents showed up, maybe out of 30. I know it's the beginning of the year, but you got to show up to learn. You got to show up to learn. You got to show up to learn your multiple listing service. Otherwise, it's like owning your own Nordstrom and not knowing where the inventory comes from. Start creating processes immediately. You will have a first in every transaction. So keep track of your first transaction and write down the process. What can you do differently next time? Add your clients to your CRM or Google spreadsheet. Follow up and ask for a referral at the beginning, during, and after the transaction, and then put these people in a list that you're going to mail to every single month, because you got to continue to build your business. You might even have an annual event, or you might even have, you might bring gift baskets during the holidays, something for the people that have closed with you. And don't be afraid to adjust and ask your broker or managing broker questions. And don't forget, join me every Friday live on Instagram at 9 a.m. Central, typically at 9 a.m., unless I'm teaching an in-person class somewhere, but typically 9 a.m. on Instagram Central Time. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you've listened, take a second, click on the bell so you can learn to earn with me. If you are in Illinois, go down into the feed, click on the Illinois link so you can get updated every time I teach an Illinois MLS class, or sign up for my agent tips and consider the agent journey. Thanks for listening.